Hello and welcome everyone to Esports Factions Rainbow Six Rivals. This is the first semi-final of the day. It's ATK will face off against Untamed Cox, so we head to Cafe for our first map. I am your host, Kanye Diffuse. Be sure to check out my YouTube. Link, I believe, is on the left side of the screen. I want to say a quick thank you to you guys. You got me to 200 subs in under like 5 minutes on the previous cast, so be sure to check out my YouTube if you have not. But without further ado, we will be heading into Cafe. Unfortunately, Patrick Fennick will not be joining us for this matchup, I believe. Might be joining for the later semi-final, so be sure to stick around for that if you want to hear his beautiful voice. But unfortunately, you will be stuck with me for this matchup. So without further ado, let's head straight into Cafe. So the first attacking ban coming out from Untamed Cox will be the Thatcher. That's a pretty common one these days. I mean, I don't even have to go over it again. It's banned in ranked games. It's banned in the highest tier of Siege. You see it right here. It's just an operator that brings so much utility to the attacking side. So banning it out, it makes that hard breach, as well as just utility clearing that much harder, as well as the Montaigne. ATK actually banning that one. That is pretty strange because Untamed Cox, I don't believe they're that strong with the Monty. I don't think we have any VODs of them really utilizing that. But ATK, on the other hand, we know how strong they are with the Monty. Notably, the only reason I believe Frantic 6 were able to beat them back in the day was because they banned out that Monty. So for ATK to ban that themselves, that's a pretty strange one. But now the Maestro ban being joined out, the last defensive ban will be a mirror. So pretty default bans over on the defensive side. So ATK will be starting on attack here on Cafe Dostoyevsky. Untamed Cox will be heading to Reading Room and Fireplace actually as their primary bomb site. That's a pretty strange one. I mean, especially with Mirror Band, Reading Room and Fireplace isn't that favored of a bomb site. I mean, you've got Bar and Cocktail, you've got Kitchen and Service to take. Both viable bomb sites, which arguably are better than Reading Room Fireplace. So I'm really excited to see what these guys do, what pocket strat they pull out here, because they definitely have something in their back pocket, something lined up, because going to Reading Room and Fireplace it's not a default.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Oh, I need to change it to 16:9 again. I constantly forget because I play on 4x3 myself, so sorry about that. As well, I need to change it to the in-game. There we go. I actually remember this time. Chat, you don't have to spam F for me. Thank you very much. So, typical with the Reading Room Fireplace, you see the upstairs cocktail as well as somewhat of a cigar lounge hold. You see the shield being held in pixel corners, well backed up by the Jaeger ADSs. I would not be surprised if the the Wamai chucks his magpies out there. It's a pretty integral part to any top floor hold. So, the cocktail hold, you see the reinforcements come out, I believe, as well the Mozzie pastes utilized to help in this hold. You see the mute down below placing his jammers just to try and prevent those breaches coming out from ATK. Now ATK starting their attacking lineup. See the gridlock actually on the board. So it's a pretty useful one. I mean, you see she has the 2 smoke canisters in her back pocket, as well as those gridlock track stingers. So definitely a very influential operator to have on the board as well. And that super shorty in her back pocket, not to be overlooked. I mean, if you take that top floor control, you can use that super shorty even if someone like Canis or Sticks with those breach charges dies. So really having that super shorty just gives you that much more utility. And looking at it now, they're joining out the Cigar Lounge, probably looking to take control here as 4 players now on the rappel. Looks like they want to take care of this Jaeger, and I don't think any magpies, actually no, that is a magpie going off, so clearing out the magpies with the flashes. Notably, Jaeger ADSs cannot take care of Captar Firebolts, so once they clear out those magpies, they can start using the Captar Firebolts to actually clear out the player down behind the shield in Pixel. So now the Zofia rushing in as well, gonna take care of that shield. So now Smoke, the only one really there to start delaying this, as a C4 from down below does get detonated. However, no damage done. The first kill does come out for Leventus. That's onto Homa. That's your Jaeger dropped very, very early on into that round. So JMS now taking a bit of damage, not sure from where. Probably the player holding in Cocktail at the moment. Starting to drone out now, taking just that quick second to take a few seconds to establish what control they have and what they now can do with it. That's one thing ATK have been extremely good at. Now the ping's coming out onto the smoke, and Corza does get the kill onto Tirpil. Now in a 5v2, because Corza, he's got another, just an absolute rampage. Now as Corza gets a triple for him on the round, Quite Goggle left last alive in a 5v1 scenario. It's not looking too likely for him.
Bomb located by attackers.
Does put a few shots into the Zofia, but Kane is answering back, and ATK opening it up really well with a flawless round. Really great round coming out there from the boys of ATK. So after that failed hold of Reading Room and Fireplace, Untamed Cox, they will be heading to Kitchen all the way down below, probably realizing it did not work out for them. I mean, did not work out as an understatement. They lost it to a flawless round. ATK, they took that very decisively. So let's see what they can do here down below.
Seconds to go. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So the attackers now spawning in. Probably going to start taking from this kitchen side. We see the hold currently from Untamed Cox, both the Jaeger and the Wamai situated here in this bakery area. Let's see what the attackers start to do about this. So it looks like a full top floor clear will be coming out from ATK. Notably, no one on the third floor, only Bandit here on the second floor. So not really that much roaming operators you have to deal with. Only really this Bandit here, currently situated in pillars. ATK now making quick work of droning out this top floor area. Already IQ taking control here of this train's hallway. So now apparently getting pings from his teammates here that a player might be on his stairs. Quickly go on that overview. No one actually close by. So it seems, where's this Bandit currently playing? He's top red stairs, or middle red stairs, should I say. He's currently just holding this passively, waiting for a player to come on into his crosshair. But on the other side of the map, Tirpil gets a kill with the C4, rips it out, gets Corza. It's a pretty big one. That's your IQ dropped as well. Leventus taking a tad bit of damage there from Quite Gargle on the Bandit. Now throwing out those track stingers to delay, or to prevent a flank coming out from the... Oh my word, these C4s. That's the second one for Untamed Cox now with the C4. Quite Gargle ripping his, getting a kill onto Leventus, the player he grazed only earlier on into this round. So now a 3v5 in favor of Untamed Cox. The hatch has been open, taking care of these bandit batteries on freezer wall. So they could now start taking this freezer wall, these remaining Hibana pellets, 2 still left in her back pocket. Now starting to place them out onto this freezer wall. Definitely something you want opened up. I mean, it's a pretty important avenue onto site. So looking at this now, quite cool, or should I say, Homar just taking the damage from these track stingers, flanking all the way up, does a lot of damage onto the Zofia. Now, finally DBN owing the Zofia. Now 2 players left, last live on the side of ATK. The fireballs coming out from JMS. He has Styx gets a kill, pushing into freezer. Now wide swinging onto the freezer window, does no damage actually onto the player deep on site. Cap Tower just throwing out more and more Cap Tower bolts as the plant will come down. However, Styx does get dropped by Homar. 4 seconds left on that clock, but no, the mute just swings wide, and that's Theekbil with the final kill for his team. So now Untamed Cox, they will be heading to Bar and Cocktail, having won that down below kitchen area. They can't go back to it because of how site rotations work in Siege. So actually taking the Valkyrie this time, I believe that's the first time she will be on the board. A lot of information is brought to the board by that Valkyrie, so really glad to see that one.
Think of the magnet as your lucky charm.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Yes.
Attackers objective to locate bombs.
Valkyrie might be going for a bit of a spawn peek, however no, just chucking out that Valkyrie cam. Might be actually using that to go for a spawn peek. No one has spawned at dock site, so even if she wants to go for this run out, does not look like she will net anything for herself from that. IQ now actually through the barricade, taking care of these Jaeger ADSs. Silenced pistol, so they won't even hear the shots coming. Once again, the player playing in this pixel spot area. See the 2 Jaeger ADSs backing him up, as well as that Wamai disc on the chandelier. See the Valkyrie Eye there at the bottom of the Christmas tree as well, backing them up. But finally, the Wamai Magpies have been cleared out, so now Doc is getting burned by those fire charges, and he's on essentially 1 HP at the moment. He's been completely cleared out. He will be able to heal himself back up, but that's a lot of damage done, and ATK now clearing out a lot of utility on the side of Untamed Cox. Already starting to open up this red stairs wall.
Attackers have located a
IQ spotting that Valkyrie Black Eye, trying to take care of it. Finally does get it, and now Styx getting the first kill for his team. I believe that was onto Homar, the Jaeger roaming down below. So I believe there's 1 roamer still on the board for Untamed Cox. That's a Valkyrie down below, but that doesn't matter when Leventus gets another for his team. Phantom now dropped on site. That's the Wamai gone. So now 3 players left, last live on the board for Untamed Cox. 2 of them currently holding on site. Quite Corgal flanking from down below, currently situated on that pillar stairs angle, holding the new balcony drop down. The players here holding in Cocktail, getting droned out by ATK. Probably going to start making a move now, as 50 seconds left on the board. They still do have a lot of time, but they're already clearing out these shields on the backside here in Cocktail. So while Smoke now only 2 canisters left in his back pocket. JMS here just aggressively peeking into Freezer. Now takes control of this top Freezer angle as he gets the kill onto the dock. Now lost life Theekbil and quite Gargle. Deal with that SMG-11 in hand, whips out the smoke canister, but does not connect. IQ of Levent, or the IQ of Cause, that just comes out and swings wide, and JMS getting the final kill. That's a flawless round for ATK. Untamed Cox will be heading to Reading Room and Fireplace. I mean, they won Kitchen and Cocktail. Wait, no, they lost Bar Cocktail, so they are actually able to go back to it. Kitchen service is still on lock because of how site rotations work. So a pretty strange pick to go back to this Reading Room and Fireplace where you lost out the previous round, but nonetheless, they will be heading here. See what they can do with this. I've always wondered about this little thing here, like, what is the purpose of this like mini archway here into trains? I mean, you've got a dining room on the one side and then just this train room. Like, think about the actual map. Like, what is the purpose of that in like an actual like what is this map? Cafe Dostoevsky. It's like a mini family bar, I believe, something like that.
Objective is to defuse a bomb.
See the top floor hold here coming out once again from Untamed Cox. Really, the only way to hold that Reading Room and Fireplace is to extend your hold into this top floor cocktail or cigar lounge. So that is what Untamed Cox is doing, but quite Gorgle just absolutely shredding through ATK. Another triple for him on the round. Finally answered back by the gridlock, but he's already done the necessary damage. But Corsa and his team answering back, now equalizing it out, and Deagpill now left last alive. Suddenly things have completely swinged in the other way. What was essentially a locked out round for Untamed Cox because of quite Gorgle's shotgun plays, now completely answered back. Levent is going for that plant, getting the bomb down. Now suddenly Untamed Cox at a back foot. What just happened? ATK realizing the top floor hold is coming out from Untamed Cox and just seeing there's a gap in their defense. Let's just rush them out. Somehow, oh my word, ATK, what the hell did you just do? What the hell was that? Oh, that round, I've got to give it to Corsa. I think he won that round out for ATK because quite Goggle just with the shotgun in hand shredded through 3 players from ATK, but just Corsa answering back with a 4K for himself on that round. Just absolutely opened up an avenue onto site, getting the plant down, and well, they won it. ATK now in a 3-1 lead on the attacking split on Cafe Dostoevsky as Untamed Cox head back to kitchen service and kitchen cooking. Bit of banter there coming out in chat. That was Leerlijk Gorgle.
As many bombs as they can.
Quite Gorgle definitely doing something for his team there. I mean, he shredded through 3 players with the shotgun. Just an absolutely incredible play there from him. Unfortunately, not enough to win them the round. So now heading back to kitchen, the 1 bomb site they have won. Looking to repeat that, so maybe equalize it out in a 3-2 round count. See how Untamed Cox decide to set up this bomb site, actually opting to take the Goyo now. I believe that's the first time we see him on the board, as well as Dewash here on the castle. Is that Dewash? I'm trying to say it in an Afrikaans accent because I mean the rest of Untamed Cox, they have pretty Afrikaans names. I mean Deagpill, Quite Gorgle, Homer. I still don't know how to pronunciate Homer. Someone in chat can maybe help me out on that one. So ATK making quick work of clearing out those castle barricades. As well, Jam Ace now situated here outside of Bakery double door. Looking to maybe burn out the player currently holding down behind the bakery. Behind those, what do you call that? The cupcake hold? I don't know, because that's like a cupcake thingy. Pantry, maybe? I don't know. No, that's a call out for something else. But now the Captile Bolt's coming out, clearing out the player holding down behind the bakery area here. That's Phantom just holding so passively. And Quiet Gargle actually does rip a C4. Does go out, however, does not connect onto a player from ATK. Holding passively here onto this red stairs angle. But now a kill from Build from Hamar actually, as Styx now answering back the kill for himself as well. Kane is getting one. Quiet Gargle answering back now. Just a flurry of kills here coming out from both teams. Equalized out into a 2-on-2 man count. Quiet Gargle still holding here up above as Build, only one on site. Kane is now pressuring here onto Bakery. Styx as well joining him. They know the Bandit is still playing up above. The Track Stings does hold out his rotate as Quiet Gargle now does rotate around to the Pillars Stairs area. Build just holding passively onto site as the Ash does walk across into his crosshairs. Now getting droned out. Seems the drone does not actually spot him, so actually finally the drone does spot Build there. Quiet Gargle just in this hallway area does rip off the castle barricade. Now coming back onto site, no C4s. Actually, Build still has a C4 in his back pocket. He could rip this if necessary. Styx now rotating around. However, the kill does come out from Canis, putting Build into a DBNO state. Quiet Gargle now left last life, does connect with the headshot onto Styx. Now left in a 1v1, a double kill for Quiet Gargle on the round, but he'll need to get a triple for himself, and he does. A greater headshot coming out from Quiet Gargle to lock out the round for Untamed Cox in what seemed essentially a lost round there once the kill came out onto the mute. But Quiet Gargle just answering back, a great kill for himself, getting that round for Untamed Cox, now putting it into a 3-2 round count. So now Untamed Cox will be heading to Bar and Cocktail for their final defensive round. Obviously, once you play those 6 rounds on your defensive split, you head over to your attacking half. So let's see what Untamed Cox can do here. Maybe equalize it out to a 3-on-2-3. Otherwise, ATK, if they can win this one, it's a pretty decisive lead for them heading into their defensive half on Cafe Dostoyevsky. Just quickly chat if someone wants to answer me. Do you guys prefer me doing during the preparation phase more focusing on individual players, like seeing how the reinforcements come out, where they opt to open up lineups, or just go into the overview and give like a general idea of the hold like this? I'd be really interested to see what you guys think, because I definitely prefer just going in the overview, seeing what the general strat is, instead of just focusing on one player at a time. But nonetheless, ATK, they will be starting their attack here. No ATK, they are, I wouldn't say a linear team, but when it comes to Cafe Dostoyevsky, there's one thing you can be sure of. ATK will push red stairs, and they will open up the wall into Cigar Lounge. It's just a checklist at this point. Homar, however, roaming down below with that 416C carbine, pretty strong gun. If you are a roamer, 2-speed now, as it was recently changed by Ubisoft, so no longer the strong roamer from back in the day. However, Cores are now droning out the Valkyrie here in trains. However, does back off into Train Museum, now holding passively here. As well, Homar now flanking from down below on these red stairs. The window is prepped, so if he wants to go for this run out, he could get either of these players on the rappel now. Both the Capital, the Hibana, as well as the IQ currently on this rappel, so if he can go for this and maybe get a few kills, this could definitely help out his team. But no, he decides to back off all the way there to the bottom floor bakery area. It's ATK still starting to open up. These hatches are now open, so if they want to drop in here, it doesn't look like any players are currently holding the crossfires onto it. But JMS, what the hell was that? Capital firebolts coming onto the angle in Pixel, and the Doc does get killed off as well. Homar now going for a run up from down below in Bakery. Quite Gargle ripping his C4 from down below, however does not connect. So now the roamers down below from Untamed Cox, they need to start getting back to site because all the utility is expended. And ATK, look at what they're doing. They're just pushing into this white hallway area. So while Cores are now placing a breach charge here onto this cocktail default plant. So ATK now definitely a lot of avenues onto site if they want to push this as well. JMS now aggressively pushing to Freezer. He's taking control of it. Now he can hold the crossfires. Now swinging onto construction top white there, but Wamai does get the final kill. Phantom with a great trade there. He's on low HP himself, but now Teakbill ripping his smoke canisters. One left in his back pocket. Getting a lot of damage done by him with those gridlock track stingers, but Sticks now getting the plant down. Cores are just pushing aggressively into white hallway, but that doesn't really matter when Sticks gets the plant down. Now in a 4v4 post-plant scenario, Jaeger coming with the flank, but Sticks does get the trade now. 3 players left, last life for Untamed Cox. Quite Gargle aggressively playing here on these white stages. Wamai does get dropped through the angle opened up by Sticks. That's a double kill for him on the round as well from default plant spot. Canis just ripping through these players. A triple kill for Canis on the round, and ATK finally locking out the round. Gorza with the final kill, and that's a great round for ATK, locking out their attacking split in a 4-2 round count. Looks like chat agrees with me. They like overview more than individual players. I definitely like to see that. I mean, like every time I watch Pro League, it seems to me like they focus more on the individual players in the prep phase. So I felt like I maybe need to mimic that, but I don't know. It feels so unnatural to look at individual players and kind of just leave the other 4 on the board to do whatever, like not really knowing what the general setup is. So I'm glad chat agrees with me. So I'll be doing mostly a overview type view during the prep phase. Thank you so much guys for just confirming there for me which one you like more.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
ATK now heading to their defensive half. We'll be starting in Bar and Cocktail as their primary bomb site. So let's see what they can do with this.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
A double shotgun combo there from both the smoke and the mute definitely being used to great effect. Clearing out those pesky, what do you even call these things, like mini desks in the main bar to clear out those default plant spots as well, opening up from down below just to deter those default plant spots just that little bit. See ATK as well playing this pixel angle. Doesn't look like they have a shield just yet. Still one shield in the back pocket of JMS. I do believe he will be placing out. Oh, okay, actually no, the shield has been placed. As well being backed up by those Jaeger ADSs as well as Wamai Magpies. So ATK, they definitely have a lot to deal with these with this push from Untamed Cox. Quite Gargle here with the aggressive angle being held onto Cocktail now. Does decide to back off of it. Has the reflex sight, so doesn't even have the advantage there if Leventus with the ACOG decides to peek into that angle, so does decide to back off of it. IQ does actually spot out the Echo drone, so that's a pretty big one. As well, no scanning out those Jaeger ADSs. There's mute jammers, but Sticks on the other side of the map does get a kill. Wait, where's Sticks? There's Sticks. The Wamai, he just peeks out aggressively, gets a kill onto the player currently repelling, and none other than the Blackbeard, the one player you would expect to not lose on a window repel because he's essentially just got a no-no square. You can't shoot him in the face. But now as well, Kane is getting a kill from down below, killing Quite Cardle. That's the IQ gone, and that's a pretty big one because now you can't shoot out those Wamai Magpies. You don't know where they're located, so you're gonna have to use your flashbangs to deal with them. And Sticks here just playing oh so aggressively, spotting out the player on the upside down repel there on the Cigar Lounge windows. Now I believe Teakbill here pressuring aggressively into Cigar Lounge. The C4 does get ripped from down below, doing about 40 HP of damage onto him. Still trying to clear out that Wamai there of Sticks here on this pixel angle, still supported by one Jaeger ADS. As well, no Captor on the board, so they can't even clear him out from there with the firebolts. Phantom now just pushing close with the bearing 9. Might swing wide into this white hallway area. Well, Sticks just on the Wamai, playing that bit aggressive. Just asserting his dominance there. As well, Mute holding this angle passively with the shotgun, it seems. Does look like Zofia knows of this position, but now swings wide with the shotgun. JMS the one to get the kill. However, the double shotgun combo does come out as well. Causa sprays wide with the SMG-11 in hand. Last player situated on top red. ATK does lock it out with a flawless round. Causa gets the final kill with the SMG-11 spray onto the thermite at top red. Muck Maverick there in chat asks to see the scoreboard, so let's look at that just quickly. Cause are now leading his team with 12 kills with only 2 deaths, and so that's pretty insane there from him. As well, Sticks 8 for 4 at the moment. Rest of ATK lagging behind just a bit. However, still positive KDs around the board. On the side of UC, it looks like Quite Goggle is carrying them quite a bit. They're 8 for 5 at the moment. Devosh, unfortunately, still a fat 0. Rest of Untamed Cox lagging behind as well, just that tad bit. Now heading to Kitchen as their secondary bomb site. Let's see what ATK can do on this defense. Notably, if they win this round, that pushes them into overtime. So let's see what they do with this round. See the double ADS there being stacked. Definitely going to help the player here behind Bakery. As well, the last Jaeger ADS there. The rotate being opened up into the red stairs angle as well as into Bakery. So definitely a lot of rotates here on site and ATK can use. Dining hatch has not been reinforced yet. Might be a bit of an oversight there from ATK. It does look like Jaeger will be going to reinforce that one. Still 2 reinforcements in his back pocket. Indeed he does. So pretty default lineup here from ATK. Let's see what they can do with this one.
Reinforcements in place.
RED active. If it runs on batteries.
Red mag going in.
So it does not look like Untamed Cox will be pressuring into Bakery just yet, opting to go for that top floor roam clear. Let's look at the overview quickly. Jaeger and Mute currently roaming up above, one in Cocktail, one in Cigar Lounge. Actually taking a bit of damage there, Causa, from one of the players on the rappel, placing out Mute Jammer to assist in his roam here. So Canis currently still holding in Cocktail. The rest of the players from ATK, I do believe, are still situated on site. Leventus just playing this passive angle here in Bakery. So now Canis and Causa opting to actually fall back. Looks like Canis will still be roaming here in Reading Room. However, the Mute does fall back here into VIP section. Full top floor roam clear does come out as well. Human now starting to track the players here from ATK as he does track the Jaeger, but he swings wide and gets the kill onto the Jackal. So now getting the first kill for his team there, Canis with the opening frag. Still playing here in this VIP section as well. Causa, notably, he's rotated around through pillar stairs back into Reading Room. So now I believe it's Phantom currently roaming here in Mining Room, trying to go for this roam clear. I do not believe that he knows of Causa's position, so if he can do something here, he could definitely help out his team quite a bit. As well, Canis here still just delaying time for his team, but there, Quite Goggle does get dropped by Causa. That's a pretty big one for him. Getting the sledge, and now the soft breach off of the board, so he can't really hold from up above anymore. As well, now the Jaegers, they're trying to clear him out, but he's just doing so much damage and falling back. That is the power of your roam if you do it effectively. They've delayed a minute 30 in this round, and they've still not lost a player. They had 2 players roaming up above who have now since fallen, one back onto site, the other still holding up above. Just these players so slippery, just falling back 24/7. That is the power of ATK's roam. now as well. Kane is getting healed back up to full HP by the dock of Leventus there. Now 15 seconds on the board for Untamed Cox. Finally getting the opening frag for them, getting sticks as well. Devosh getting a kill onto JMS, but now Devosh getting killed himself. Teakbill taking a lot of damage, however answering back with a kill for himself, but no, ATK take it. The defenders winning that one out. Now ATK on match point, 6-2 here on Cafe. ATK now will be heading to Reading Room and Fireplace. It's their third bomb site. See what they can do with this one. Notably, I believe on the other side, Untamed Cox were only ever able to win out in Kitchen. So already ATK doing better than Untamed Cox ever could on their defensive split. Oh, my voice is starting to strain just a bit. Solo casting definitely isn't an easy task. Hopefully Patchy does join us later on today.
Bomb located by attackers.
Initiate jammer.
Kern in
10 seconds left before insertion.
See the double shield strat here coming out from ATK. One placed in either side of this doorway. Definitely going to help there in that cocktail roam. As well, notably actually no shields being placed in pixel angle. Seemingly just giving up control of Cigar Lounge there. Looks like the main part of their hold is in this cocktail area. So let's see how the attackers start to clear this out. Oh, the spray coming out from Devosh does a lot of damage onto Canis, but he's still playing here passively inside of Mining Room. Does get droned out, but the Echo Drone is assisting him. If a blast does come out on the player on the window, he could swing wide and get the kill. Indeed, it does swing wide. The Capital Bolt does come out, burning him just that little bit. Now on around 50 HP, still getting sprayed through the wall on 25 HP now, but sticks on the other side of the map. Does get a kill onto Homa. The diffuser now dropped. That's your Capital gun. That is a very important frag for ATK now.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
JMS actually now with an aggressive run out, does not spot anyone on the south side where Repulso does head on back in. Sticks now still playing very aggressively here in Train Museum, holding that angle opened up with his deagle onto those main windows into mining. As a kill does come, a team kill comes out from JMS onto Canis. Never like to see that one. As well, Phantom getting a kill into Quars, and now suddenly ATK at a back foot because of what I can only describe as poor team play. So Sticks getting dropped in Train Museums are now left up to JMS there as JMS, what the hell was that? Probably hearing the thermite exothermic charge being placed there. Does get the kill onto the thermite. Devosh now dropped but left, lost live in a 1v3 scenario. Whips out the shotgun, pressuring here onto this top white stairs angle. Knows there's a player currently holding a top white. Believe he has fallen back on through that hatch, and now all three players from Untamed Cox down below. They need to get this plant down. Diekbill has the diffuser in hand. Now JMS rotating around, dropping into that pillar stairs angle. Let's see if he can get this first kill. As he swings wide. Oh, a lot of damage done onto him by the sledge there. Whips out the shotgun, swings wide into the angle, does get the kill. Now double kill for JMS on the round. He'll need to get a 4K if he wants to clutch this out. The diffuser has been planted by Diekbill now. So Untamed Cox, they definitely have something to play with in this round, but let's see what JMS can do with this SMG-11 in hand. We know how proficient he is with that gun, but nonetheless, Diekbill getting the final kill with that ARX. So now ATK heading back to bar and cocktail for the second time. They have previously won this bomb site, so if we go on the history, they might just lock out this map right now, right here. And just a quick update for everyone in chat. I believe the second map will be Clubhouse, so you can have that to look forward to if indeed ATK does lock out this map as quickly as expected.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Easiest foot of it.
10 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving in. Locate a bomb and defuse it.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
You can see the magpies here being placed in cigar lounge to assist. I believe it is it Leventus? No, it should be Styx once again. He was the one to play it last time. To assist Styx here in this pixel angle. Yeah, assisted by the shield as well as the Jaeger ADSs. So let's see what the attackers start to do now.
If it runs on batteries, I'll see it.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Starting to clear out those Jaeger ADSs as well as magpies. Now 3 flashes have been burned out.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Jaeger actually pressuring aggressively now from that cigar area. As well as I believe... Oh, both of the Captile Firebolts have not landed. So now Wamai is sitting high and dry. But the first kill coming out from Phantom, as well as a nade kill coming out from Quite Gargle. That's definitely a good one as well. Now Captile answering back with a kill into Canis. Now, within a flurry of kills, basically elapsing within like 5 seconds there, Untamed Cox with a 5-2 man count lead. Now getting droned out there, JMS with a shotgun in hand does swing wide into that cigar lounge area. Does look like the exothermic charge does go off top red. So now as well, IQ pressuring here from top white does not get the kill. However, the Leventus there on the Echo does get the kill with bearing 9 in hand. JMS here, SMG 11. He's looking to get some kills here for himself. The final smoke.
Recovered the diffuser.
Smoke, what do you call those? Smoke canister being burned out. So now they need to win this on gunplay. Definitely still a strong gun in the hands of Leventus here. MP5 SD ACOG. But Devosh now getting a kill into JMS. Left last live in a 1v4. Does get the first kill. That's a double for him on the round. He'll need to get the ace if he wants to clutch this out. Doing a lot of damage now onto the Capitale. As well swinging wide onto the player top white. The diffuser does start to get planted there by Devosh on default. As well now dancing into the crosshairs of the sledge. But the sledge just backs off. Knowing he can play time on this, Leventus will have to do something pretty special if he wants to lock out this round. Does get the kill onto Devosh now, so it's a 1v2. He's on 50 HP, sure, but he could still win this out. He has the MP5 SD ACOG. Gets the down. No, not the down. Captile is still alive, but if he can get this one, he could be able to lock this out, but no, Untamed Cox gets the final kill. Homa locking out the round, getting the final kill into Leventus, and now the Untamed Cox 1 round closer to the eventual overtime. They need to win 2 more, so it is possible for them to push this into overtime, but still ATK with the 2 round lead. They are looking to lock this one out. ATK now heading back to cocktail and bar. See what they decide to do this time around, as I believe it's essentially the same operator lineup coming out from them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Once again, the double shotgun combo being used to open up that desk as well as the main bar area, clearing out those default plants as well, opening up from down below. Rotations being opened up here from this cocktail area. See the shield being placed here on top of White Hallway, as well as the shield and Pixel assisted by the Jaeger ADSs once again, and as well obviously the Magpies. Ooh, that's a pretty interesting echo spot if it is where I believe it is. Is that up above this area or down below? I actually can't realize. Let's see where that one actually is.
Initiate jammer. Deploying jammer.
First kill coming out from Homma, so definitely already an early lead here for Untamed Coxes, I believe. That was the player playing, actually no, where did he get that kill? Oh, actually, wow, he was playing aggressively here in Cigar Lounge. That's a pretty poor place to be playing, so now Untamed Cox with an early lead in this round. Devash already starting to use that exothermic charge to open up from that red stairs angle. Kane is still playing here passively in this pixel angle. Kane is now being cleared out by the Capital Firebolts as the attacks here from Untamed Cox pressuring into Cigar Lounge. Now taking full control of that. Heading into the overview now. Jaeger is still holding into this White Hallway area, as well as Smoke holding it close with a shotgun. Smoke canisters do get thrown out. Now Thermite looking to place that exothermic charge here onto the freezer wall, maybe open that up. Let's look at the overview quickly. One player still roaming down below. Looks like they are trying to clear him out, but he's fallen back onto the top white stairs. Now IQ and Sledge situated down below, as well as the Nomad and the Thermite here in the Cigar Lounge area, and then Capital on the skylight at the moment. Leventus playing aggressive here, looking to maybe take a gunfight here with the player currently situated on the skylight. Probably knows the Capital is there. I think he did spot out their head, so playing this angle very passively now, waiting for the Capital to peek out once again. Does get the headshot onto Homma, now equalized out into a 4-on-4 man count. It's a great shot there coming out from Leventus now as well. That's a pretty big one to alleviate pressure from the side of Untamed Cox, as once you lose that control of the skylight, you've essentially lost control of basically the freezer rotates, but now exothermic charge essentially doing the same thing. But Leventus getting a double kill for himself on the round as well. Cores are holding this angle passively with the shotgun, does get the kill onto Dewash now. Swinging wide, does get the shotgun blast onto the Nomad now. Left last live is quite gargled down below. Whips out the SMG-11, gets a kill onto Leventus. Now left in a 1v3 with 2 seconds on the board. That is a GG for ATK on Cafe Dostoevsky, taking the map 7-4. So really well done there to ATK, taking the map 7-4. Next one will be, if I'm not mistaken, Clubhouse. So stick close to your screen. We will be heading to Clubhouse in just a few minutes. However, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel. A link is currently on the left side of your screen. Thanks so much, guys, for joining. We'll be taking a short break before we head into that second matchup on Clubhouse. Hello and welcome everyone to the second map of the first semi-final. It's ATK will be facing off against Untamed Cox as we head into Clubhouse as our second map. Just quickly, I forgot to put in the team names here. Let's fix that quickly. Okay, yeah, like I said, this will be the second map of ATK versus Untamed Cox. Obviously, ATK took Cafe Dostoevsky in a decisive 7-4 victory. So, heading into Clubhouse, I don't believe I've seen too much of ATK on Clubhouse. Untamed Cox, obviously, we saw them. I believe they played on Clubhouse in their quarterfinal matchup. So, I have a bit more recent information on their play on Clubhouse, but nonetheless, my YouTube link is currently on the screen. Head over to the left side of your screen, Kanye Diffuse over on YouTube. Would really appreciate if you guys head over to my YouTube channel, maybe sub over there, make some cool, do my own casting over on there, as well as just general scrim matches. And I'm going to try and post some like site breakdown videos where I just break down common sites and what I see here in this top tier pro play from teams like ATK, Untamed Cox, Frantic 6, etc. I'd really appreciate if you guys head over there, maybe check out some of my videos that I have lined up. And yeah, without further ado, let's head straight on into Clubhouse. Why can I not start? Oh, there we go. I had some visual bug there. So ATK will be starting on defense here on Clubhouse. Let's see what the first ban will be. A Thatcher ban. As I said in the previous map on Cafe, it's a pretty default one these days. In ranked, in casual, not casual, you can't ban in casual, what am I saying? In ranked, in top tier pro play, you see the Thatcher ban, especially on Clubhouse where, I mean, Cash and CCTV, Gym and Bedroom, as well as Church and Arsenal down below. You need that hard breach capability to take care of those outside walls, dirt tunnel, CCTV wall, jacuzzi wall. All of them kind of need that Thatcher, and Thatcher being banned is a pretty big one as well. The Montaigne ban coming out from Untamed Cox. Seemingly they don't want to deal with that, knowing ATK is a strong team with that Monty. Now the second ban, or the first defensive ban, will be that Mirror. It's a pretty default one. Let's see what the last defensive ban will be now. Final one will be a Maestro. I believe that's the same defensive bans that we saw on Clubhouse, so no real change there. Let's see how things will start off here on Clubhouse. Obviously ATK now starting on defense. They will be heading to CCTV and Cash Room. Actually no, changing it up. Church and Arsenal is their primary bomb site. See the triple hard breach lineup there coming out from Untamed Cox, the Thermite, the Hibana, as well as the Maverick all on the board there. Definitely want all of those operators if you're going to want to clear out Church and Arsenal. I mean, you want that Thermite for the, what do you call it, the main dirt tunnel as well. Maybe the Hibanas for kitchen hatch, moto drop down, as well as stock hatch. Maybe then as well the Thermite to open up the church wall if you want to push through there later on in the round. So yeah, just like I said, hard breach is definitely something you want here on Clubhouse.
Camera feed up and running.
The tunnel here being reinforced by the Cade, as well as kitchen and moto hatch, I believe. Actually, stock hatch hasn't been reinforced yet, and Valkyrie only has one more, so unless this mute comes up and reinforces stock hatch, yeah, it looks like that is what will be happening. So all three hatches reinforced, dirt tunnel reinforced, as well as reinforcements being used here on this close panel here into Arsenal, as well as the full church wall, as well as one of the panels into blue. So Quiet Gargle and the rest of Untamed Cox looking to start clearing out here from this CCTV and cache area, as well as droning out garage at the moment, establishing that it is almost fully clear, I believe. The only roamer at the moment is Jaeger, all the way there in strip. Actually, oh my word, just as I spot him on the map, Causer gets a kill onto Quiet Gargle. That's the IQ off the board, and that's a pretty big opener, because IQ off the board, you won't be able to locate those artillers. You won't be able to just take control of the main wall. So definitely a big one coming out there as well. Zofia now spraying into this construction panel, holding this angle passively. They still need to clear out Causer. He's still playing here inside of master bedroom. Looks like he might come into an engagement here with Phantom. The Hibana at the moment passively peeking here into this gym bedroom area. See the drones coming out and starting to clear out Causer here, falling all the way back into bathroom. But notably, a minute 30 already down on the clock. Even if he dies at this very moment, he has served his purpose. A minute 30 and you still need to start taking the second floor. The nades start to come out as a lot of damage done onto Causer, and now he finally is dropped. But now so much time already wasted. Kane is, however, rotating up, doing a lot of damage, I believe, there onto Phantom on the Hibana, but does not get the final kill. Now a minute left on the board, and a 3 to 4 man count in favor of Untamed Cox. So now, sure, ATK, Untamed Cox, they have the man lead, but do they have the lead in general? I'd argue no, because 40 seconds on the board, you haven't started opening up Dirt Tunnel, you haven't opened up any of the hatches. Maverick only now starting to open up Moto drop down, as the C4 does get ripped by JMS, and that is a big one. That is now the Zofia dropped, that is all of your soft breach capability gone, as well as just a lot of utility off of the board. So now one player currently pressuring from oil, I believe that is Phantom, with the Type 89 ACOG now pressuring here onto this electrical generator. Pressures onto the Cade, but does get dropped. Looks like Valkyrie on the other side of the map does get dropped. Now Levent is spraying into Homar, getting the kill. Now DXB left last live in a 1v2 scenario. 5 seconds left. Diffuser in hand, but spraying through the wall with that TCSG. JMS getting the final kill. A great headshot for him. And that is ATK taking the first round. So now ATK will be heading to CCTV and cache room, having won that Church Arsenal bomb site. See both the Jaeger and the Wamai combos, as well as the Cade to take care of those main wall breaches. Valkyrie to bring a bit of information to the board, as well as the smoke to just delay the pushes coming out from Untamed Cox.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Looks like ATK opting to reinforce those garage panels instead of the the logistics drop down. So, sure, the construction hatch is still reinforced. Oh, sorry, the construction wall is reinforced, but leaving that logistics wall soft. Pretty default lineup here coming out from ATK. 2 Jaeger ADSs being placed here in Catwalk,
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb.
as well as a few of the magpies there on the door. See what the attackers start to do with this.
New feed active. If it runs on batteries, I'll see it.
Looks like, actually no, thought Jaeger might go for the run out there. But no, he rotates all the way down, I believe into Arsenal, yes, at the moment still playing there passively down below. It's like Maverick starting to Maverick trick here onto the main wall. does get the first line, and actually a run out coming out there from Korza gets the Maverick. That is an insanely important one, because that essentially means the main wall will not be breached. See here the triple magpies as well as the Valkyrie Black Eye being placed here on the top of the doorway into a garage there. So definitely going to help out the team here. But yeah, like I said, that Maverick being dropped outside the main breach there, you see there's a dead body. That is an insanely important one, and that's definitely going to help ATK with this round. It's like Bill wanting to open up this panel here into construction, placing down the exothermic charge. Looks like that will go off. As well, Phantom, with those Hibana pellets, might be able to open up. Actually, he does open up there into a cache room from construction there, so it's a pretty big one to start opening up as well. So looks like now with the main breach not being able to get opened up, the main point of contention will be this construction area.
Bomb detected. Enemy spotted.
Ooh, Leventus swings wide, almost gets the Zofia, but no, a lot of damage done onto Leventus. But answering back, he does get the kill onto Phantom. That is the Hibana now dropped. As well, swinging wide does get finally dropped by Devosh, or sorry, Thiekpil there on the Thermite. Quite Korgel and Thiekpil now left last alive as Devosh does get DBNO'd, finally getting killed off. As well, Jaeger now, I believe that is Canis there on the flank getting the kill to Thiekpil. Now quite Korgel left last alive here in a 1v3. It's currently situated top red stairs, so if you can pressure here onto site, he could do something with this round still, but 15 seconds on the board. His crossfires are being held. He does not have the diffuser. Finally, ATK taking that round. Styx getting the final kill, and that is ATK now with a 2-0 round lead here on Clubhouse. So now heading to gym and bedroom as their third bomb site. ATK looking to win out of the full rotation here very early on into this. So let's see what they can do with this round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
See ATK, and I've spoken about this previously on their matchups on Clubhouse. They like to open up this entire wall here between gym and bedroom, and then essentially play gym as somewhat of a kill box. So what that means is they are not going to hold gym aggressively, but they're going to make damn well sure that you don't get control of gym. So what they usually do is they play one player here in cache. We'll see them maybe open up this wall here into construction, then play this long angle all the way from cache there onto the window here on construction, onto the window on main bedroom, as well as the window here on gym. So definitely a very strong angle, and you see it being opened up here by Korza. This is the angle I'm talking about. From this one position, you can hold all three windows. So definitely a strong angle being held there by Korza.
Feed activated.
Now Homa starting to open up into this main breach with that Maverick blowtorch. Know how effective that can be. Starting to Maverick trick onto this as yeah, he gets the wall. So now the main jacuzzi breach is opened, and Tempt Cox can start utilizing that angle.
Reloading.
Nice and quiet.
Drone activated.
Ready to torch.
Corsair's fallen all the way back down as Canis actually does get the opening kill onto Dia Vosh. That is your Zofia dropped once again very early on into that round, so a lot of utility as well as your soft breach lost very early on. Now the logistics drop down being opened up, looks like both Hibana and Maverick will be rushing on into that. The castle barricade obviously here protecting them, so now opening up here into this master bedroom area, as well as the wall into construction being opened up with those Hibana pellets.
By attackers.
Corsair holding this angle passively, knowing someone will most likely be pushing into it. Maverick does spray through the wall, doing a bit of damage onto Corsair, but not anything very influential. The C4 does get ripped, as well as the nade does get out, connects onto Corsair, and that is Corsair dropped with the nade from Homa. So now equalized out into a 4-on-4 man count. Untamed Cox, sure they have control of logistics, but they need to translate this into a site take if they want to do anything with this round. Now pressuring on into this bathroom area, but SMG-11 in hand, Leventus does get the kill as well. Smoke canister is being ripped out, but Deekbill getting the kill onto Canis, that's a pretty big one, however getting refragged there from the hallway side. Leventus getting another kill for himself as well. Qui-Goggle now getting dropped, so now Phantom left last live in 1v3 scenario, starts to plant that diffuser, but he's left in 1v3. 20 seconds left on the board, does get the DBNO onto the castle, whips around, tries to get the 90-degree flick onto Leventus, but eventually not able to get that kill. ATK now with the 3-0 round lead, and this is something I talk about quite a lot when this happens, is ATK, they have taken 3 rounds in a row. Okay, sure, that's something you can still come back from, but with how site rotations work in Siege, they can now go back to every bomb site they want to. They can now head back to Church and Arsenal, which was their primary bomb site, and they won that out in the first round. So if they follow the precedent set by themselves here earlier on into this round, they can lock this out in a 6-on-0 round count in the defensive side. So if I'm Untamed Cox at this moment, I am extremely scared.
Loading new magazine.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to go.
All the hatches now have been reinforced, as well as Dirt Tunnel has been reinforced. Look at these rotations being opened up by ATK, and one into Arsenal from the hallway side, as well as into Blue from Church. So definitely a lot of rotations to play with as well. Looks like a very strong roam presence coming out from ATK. Both Cause and Canis situated top floor. And if I'm not mistaken, this could be somewhat of an SSG top floor roam strat, but notably the hatches have been left reinforced. So definitely not as strong of a roam hold coming out, but still definitely something Untamed Cox needs to take control of if they want to win this round. Canis with the opening kill onto the Maverick, and that is an insanely important one because now the hatches that have been electrified, well, they're going to stay electrified. So now realizing that, they start to fall back onto site. A minute wasted on the board, and now ATK, they're sitting high and dry. They can just hold site now. They can literally just hold site because Untamed Cox, sure, they've got the Hibana and Dirkbuhl on the Thermite, but with, okay, let me go into the overview and explain this. Both Moto Dropdown and Kitchen Hatch are electrified by the K charge, and that is going to stay up because Thatcher has been banned and Maverick has now been killed off. As well, Corsair, he's rotated back here into this billiards angle. So if he can get a few kills from this position, he could definitely help out his team immensely here. So it looks like Untamed Cox will be focusing on this stock drop down into blue. So I mean, it is an avenue you can use, sure, but it's not the most effective of ones. JMS, however, taking a lot of damage here in Oil Pit from this Hibana on the top of the... Actually, no, from Quite Gargle on the top of the ladder. Tries to spray into the Zofia, however, does not get the kill. Now, Thiekpil equalizing it out into a 4-on-4 man count, but arguably... ATK here, even though they just lost 2 players. Okay, no, I was going to say they theoretically still have the lead, but now Untamed Cox have opened up an avenue onto side, and Valkyrie spraying on into Armory here, but he can't do anything really now. Left in a 1v4 scenario. Styx, lost alive, doesn't have a C4, has one of the weakest guns in the game, the MPX, and finally he does get killed off by Quite Gargle. Great kill coming out there from Quite Gargle, locking out the round, and now Untamed Cox finding their first round here on Clubhouse, locking it out into a 3-on-1 round count. Heading now to CCTV and Cash Room. ATK shaking things up, taking both the Mute and the Cade to delay those hard breaches. So let's see if this does work out for them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Jammer activated!
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
Strangely enough, actually, for ATK, no Mai on the board. Seen them run that quite consistently, but now only opting to take Canis on the Jaeger. Pretty strange one. I mean, we know how useful Mai can be, especially in tandem with Jaeger ADSs, so quite strange to see that, but nonetheless, Untamed Cox not really running the Capitao, so the Mai, even though it would have been useful, it's not integral to the hold.
New camera feed up and running.
Oh, that's a pretty spicy claymore there. Look at that quickly. You can see literally only one of the lines just with a pixel angle. I don't think that can be shot out. Yeah, that claymore's going to stay up. That ensures that no runout will come out from ATK as well. Now Hamas starting to open up with this Maverick blowtorch. And now the main wall has been opened. Thiekpil getting a bit of damage done there onto JMS, playing at the top of those stairs as well. Quite Gargle from down below gets a kill to Corsair. That's a pretty important opening pick there. C4 taken off of the board as well as just a very, very influential operator. So now Untamed Cox opening up into this construction wall. Smoke starting to use his canisters. 2 left in his back pocket now. 3 players from Untamed Cox still holding this master bedroom area, as well as Zofia on the balcony here, just repelling, holding this angle passively. Spraying through the wall, just asserting her dominance now. Ooh, Thiekpil holding a very aggressive angle there. However, Smoke's canisters do come out. Delays that push there from the players currently holding in construction. If Thiekpil can hold this, he can definitely get a kill onto Leventus here. But at the moment, Leventus is just holding passively. whips out the shotgun, might go for an aggressive peek here. Does go for it, gets the kill onto the Ivana. The second gets the thermite. That's a double kill for Leventus on the round. Now a 3v4 man count. 13 seconds left on the board. The kill does come out onto the Jaeger, but now in a desperate attempt to get this round, the sticks on the Valkyrie is dropped, but JMS and Leventus still on the board. They can hold sight. Diffuser is a Narnia. This round is going to go the way of ATK.
Operators, you're out of time. Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Now ATK for their final defensive round, heading to Church and Arsenal. They've won the site one as well as lost it once, so basically an equal track record here. So let's see what they can do with this round now.
Seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it. Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
So at the moment, the only real roamers for ATK are Mute, the cores are on the Mute, as well as Jaeger currently coming up. And so stock stays area, but cores are with an early aggression there. Does get dropped by Quite Gargle, a great kill for the IQ coming out. And that's a very important early one to get, because now essentially full map control in the top floor area is in favor of Untamed Cox, because Canis, he's going to be scared to peek into this angle.
Attackers have located a bomb.
So now seemingly IQ does know of Jaeger's position at the moment, pinging him out here in garage storage. As well, 3 players on the side of ATK still situated in this bottom floor area. They're on site. Maverick of Homa now starting to open up this hatch. Kane is finally getting dropped there in garage storage, so now Untamed Cox with a 3 to 5 man lead with a minute still left on the board. Oh, C4 does get ripped. JMS detonating that, however not getting kill for himself. Ooh, he spots out the head of JMS, and JMS taking oh so much damage there as well. On the other side of the map, getting dropped now, sticks on the Valkyrie. Leventus and JMS left last life for their team. TCSG as well as SMG 11. See what they can do with this. 2v5 now, shotgun in hand, blasts out in to the Hibana in blue, but now JMS on essentially 1 HP on default blind spot finally does get dropped, and that's a flawless round for Untamed Cox, ending their half in a 4-2 round count. Untamed Cox now heading to their defensive half, heading to Church and Arsenal as their primary bomb site, opting to actually take the Vigil. I believe that's the first time we're seeing him on the board as well. This is a pretty weird operator lineup, but oh, I think I know what this is. The Mute and the Mozzie, as well as the Castle and the Mute, might be alluding to an SSG top floor hold, if I'm not mistaken. So I would really like to see this coming out from them, if indeed that is the case.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yep, this is going to be an SSG top floor hold. All the players just rushing up top. They are not going to even try and hold site. They're going to open the moto hatch. They're going to open the kitchen hatch. They are going to play this from top floor. I'm going to focus on Theopil here on this castle because he is basically the integral part to this hold. He's opening up the hatches, and the castle barricades he's going to place up shortly are going to be the main point for this hold. Actually, this is pretty strange. This is not your typical SSG top floor hold.
5 seconds to
So usually what a team would do is they would castle off this weird doorway there, as well as this one into billiards, maybe, as well as maybe the one into bathroom. So okay, yeah, he's doing that. He's doing it. Okay, so not too strange of a setup. So I'm gonna quickly try and explain what this is doing. So with this construction hatch, as well as this gem hatch being opened, you can fall back onto site very, very safely, basically, because this hatch here in Moto as well has been opened up. You can basically play top floor and rotate all the way down onto site within, like, what, 10 seconds. So at the moment, ATK, or sorry, Untamed Cox looking to delay up top as a TK does come out from ATK looking to rush onto site. Rushing onto site is definitely the one weak point of the strat. Does look like Untamed Cox is reacting pretty well to this rush coming out from ATK. Spraying into the castle, Leventus does get the first kill for ATK, now left in a 3-on-3 round count. So ATK definitely reading into this hold very well. Rushing on into Saturn. Phantom getting a 2 for himself there on the round. Double for him. Now Untamed Cox suddenly with the lead in this round. Leventus left last live. Diffuser is currently dropped in blue. So he'll have to get this kill if he wants to even have a shot at winning out this round. It does get the headshot onto Phantom. Now Homa on a bit of a low HP. Well, quite Cargill with that K1A spraying into Leventus on the buck. He could definitely still clutch this out, but it's not looking too likely at the moment. Well, Omar with the final kill, picking up Leventus there. Untamed Cox locking out the round and almost equalizing it out now, a 4-3 round count. And I'm just quickly going to talk over that round because what I saw there was basically both teams playing it so well, because Untamed Cox, they set up that site perfectly for the type of hold they were going to do. They had the players top floor, they had the castle barricades, they had everything opened up correctly, but ATK, they realized the one weakness to the SSG top floor roam strat is you rush onto site. Because sure, you can get onto site within 10 seconds dropping into moto hatch, but then still you need to set up for the correct hold for that bottom floor church arsenal area. So Canis and I will always be involved in TKs there, a bit of banter after the TK coming out from ATK. But continuing on my tangent, a rush strat with a heavy roam strat from the defenders is basically, it's a surefire way to almost take that round, and it almost did go the way of ATK. If I believe it was the Mozzie there of Phantom didn't get that double, it might have gone the way of ATK, but nonetheless, Untamed Cox taking that previous round off of a very good hold in my opinion. So now heading to CCTV and Cash Room, let's see what they can do with this. See the double Jaeger ADS being stuck there in Catwalk, as well as the full garage panel being reinforced and backed up by those mute jammers.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it. bomb located by attackers.
That is a pretty strange one.
Attackers have located the bomb.
Why is... Okay, I think I like this. Buck already opening up the soft breach there so that Maverick can take care of this main wall. So if it does get Maverick tricked, he doesn't actually need to worry about the soft breach afterwards. So definitely helping out the Maverick here, but he'll now need to go for the bottom panel, and Diavosh, he's holding this angle passively. And yeah, I think JMS on the Maverick, yeah, he does get the main wall open. So now definitely a big angle being opened up here for ATK. As well here at the bottom of garage, Hibana using her pallets to open up this garage panel, this leftmost one. So now a lot of avenues onto site opened up by ATK. Trying to clear out this Jaeger on Catwalk at the moment. He is assisted by 2 Jaeger ADSs as Canis... His Captar Firebolts are coming out, and finally Homa on Catwalk does get cleared out. Korza getting the kill onto him. Now starting to pressure on into site, taking control of these long angles. ATK, they want to spare no time, they want to rush onto site, they want to take it now. Oh, the nade being missed there almost does a bit of damage onto JMS. However, Korza with the double now on the round does get Phantom, the only real roamer for Team Untamed Cox. Now all 3 players on the side of Untamed Cox left on site. So it looks like the collapse will come out from ATK. 1 player currently still holding top red. I believe that is quite Cargill with the SMG-11. So there's definitely a strong lineup here from ATK, but from Untamed Cox, but now the diffuser getting planted here at the main breach. It finally does come out. The C4 does get ripped out, but does not land. Now left in a 4-on-2. Devosh is injured. White Cargill left last alive, and ATK lock out the round. Now putting it into a 5-on-3 round count. So now heading to CCTV and cash room for the 2nd time in a row. See if Untamed Cox can make this round go any differently from the last one. I believe the only real switch up here is Phantom on that Valkyrie. Otherwise, I believe this operator lineup is essentially the exact same thing.
Ready. Reloading.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
You can stop worrying about grenades now.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Reload! New camera B activated! Deploying Claymore. Michelle Donna. ATS deployed and ready to go.
Door secure.
Once again, JMS making quick work of opening up in this main breach area. Let's see if he can do this once again.
As my friend would say, a really big fucking hole coming right up.
A bomb has been located.
And yeah, that's it. JMS opening up the main breach, and now ATK with a very strong avenue onto site, and let's see what they can do with this, as sticks as well now on the Hibana starting to open up into the garage panels. It does look like it is indeed muted. The top Hibana pallets were not caught by the mute jammer, however those bottom ones were, but on the left side of the panel as well now the Hibana pallets have gone off, so they have an avenue onto garage, but they still need to deal with Homa here on this catwalk area. Kane is sure he's got the Captar firebolts, so he could start clearing out this Jaeger if he so wishes. Looking at the overview now just quickly, both Valkyrie and Mute currently still roaming down below. So C4 does get ripped, I do not know by whom. First kill does come out in favor of Corza, getting quite cordial on the Mute. That's one of the roamers down. Now Phantom, the last roamer for his team. The rest of the players are currently situated here on site. Jaeger now getting cleared out of catwalk by those Captar firebolts. Spraying into that angle with sticks on the Hibana is currently playing. Does swing wide, gets the kill. However, answered back by Canis. Homa now off the board as well. Phantom, the roamer down below, now killed. Corza with a double for himself on the round. And the last two players for Untamed Cox, Diavosh and... oh my word, that was a quick collapse. I was going to say Diavosh and Deekbill left last alive, but just instantly Corza and his teammates able to get those final two kills, and that's ATK locking out the round. Heading now to Church and Arsenal. ATK are on match point, looking to lock out this map of Clubhouse and win the series outright. If they can win this one, well, they head into the finals.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Activate jammer. Initiate jammer.
10 seconds remaining.
Test active.
5 seconds to insertion.
I'm reloading.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Reload! Reinforcing wall! Car is on!
ATK now droning out this garage area. Looking at the overview, Mute, the only real roamer at the moment, currently playing here on the stairs area. Rest of the players looks like they are just holding on site. Actually, Phantom, he's currently up above here on central stairs, and Homa on the Jaeger as well, joining him, roaming around in strip at the moment. So a pretty strong roam contingent for Untamed Cox at the moment. ATK will have to clear out this roam if they want to pressure onto site. Corza getting the opening kill onto Phantom. That's a pretty big one. That's your main roamer off the board now. ATK now with the decisive lead in this round.
That's my Phantom coming in. Knock, knock.
Loading mag. Drone ready. One. First floor.
Jaeger of Homa currently being pressured out of strip, as well as JMS on the Maverick holding his crossfire, and he's now stuck in toilet because on the other side Buck swings wide, gets the kill onto Homa. Leventus with a great one for himself. Now a 5-3 man count with a minute 20 left on the clock. ATK a decisive lead in this round. As well, You look at the overview now quickly. Stock hatch has been opened. Maverick is starting to open up into that moto drop down. It looks like they will be going for this kitchen hatch as well. Dirt tunnel being currently left. Being left reinforced. As I say that, however, Ibana starting to open up into dirt tunnel. But now the C4 from down below does get Leventus. That's most of your soft breach capability now off of the board. Sure, you've still got the ITA-12S on the side of Corsa, but now definitely losing a lot of your utility on the attacking side. However, still a decisive man count lead. ATK, they can still easily lock out this round. Sticks with a kill onto Thief Bill now. 2 players left last live on this side of Untamed Cox, both Diervosh and Quite Gorgel. SMG 11 in the hand. It's a 4v2 situation. Plant is going down. They will need to do something quite special if they want to stay alive in this series and maybe push themselves into overtime here. But now left in a 1v4, ATK, they lock out the round, they lock out the map, and they lock out the series. ATK heading into the finals of the esports factions Rainbow Six Rivals. They will be facing off against the winners of later today's semi-final matchup, as Frantic 6 will be facing off against Carbon Esports. So stick around for that. We will be taking a break just before that. Quite a long break, I believe, as that matchup will only be starting at around 5 o'clock South African time. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a very entertaining matchup. ATK taking it 7-4 on Cafe and 7-3 on Clubhouse. Thank you so much for joining. This has been your host, Kanye Diffuse. Hopefully Patrick Fennick will be joining us later today. However, please be sure to check out my links currently on the screen, both my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate if you guys could give me some support over there. I'm trying to grow my YouTube presence at the moment, just trying to build that up. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. This has been a very entertaining matchup. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I believe the moment we have around 40 viewers. That's pretty insane. I mean, like, I remember very recently, like a week ago, we had like consistent 20 viewers at max. So to be able to hit something like 40 to 50 viewers concurrently is pretty insane for this tournament. So yeah, guys, really the support's been insane on these. Thank you, guys. This has really, it's really been insane to see how supportive the South African community has been. But yeah, this has been the matchup. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Like I said, Kanye Diffuse. My link's currently on the screen. Thank you so much for joining, and cheers.